Welcome to Sheets Podcast. Welcome to Sheets slash Music today. How you do you? Sunshine through you. Welcome to Sheets Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Sheets. This is what I want to talk about today. Let's get this. Let's just get this down and get this over with. Number one, let me talk about the music. Let me talk about the music. So Sheets Part 11, The Open Door, The Legacy of the Open Door, Part 11, The Sword of War. That's the title of the album. Um, I'm getting ready to release it um, in the next couple of weeks. Um, I'm going to be releasing it on DistroKid, so everybody can go pick it up at that time. I'm gonna probably do some snippets in the next couple of weeks. Um, it's gonna be it's gonna be some. So um, going this is the thing that I came about when I was thinking about this music. I said I need to go ahead and do this right now, like in the present time, because most people will say, okay, why did you wait all this time to do? So Sheets Part 11, The Open Door. So Sheets Part 11, The Open Door sums up all the chapters from 1 to 10. So now I'm back. And it all sums up and is going to tell a story about all the things that I went through, that that I had to struggle through. So what I'm going to do today, y'all was just listening to Sunshine. Sunshine is going to be on. Sunshine is a um, love song. Um, so I'm gonna go into my archives, um, some of my archives, and I'm going to let you guys listen to some of my Sheets music. Like I told you before, let you listen to it. This one is called Rise and Fall of a Man. Rise and the fall of a man. The rise and the fall of a man. Of a man. So that was Rise and Fall of a Man. It was a lot of little songs. Now, this one right here is going to go kind of on all of them, and then I'll let y'all listen to. And this one is Nightmare, but this one. He has done it again and again and again and again, over and over again. Girl, what are you talking about? Let's go down this street over here. Okay, so tell me that GPS. What is this? Sheets Road. Sheets Road where? Down over here where? Girl, I'm not going out by myself. Boom, 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 bam, 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 bam,
What
bam.
he say over here? He said it was what? The last album? Oh, hell no. No, it can't be. Not the Sheats. Not the legendary Mr. Sheats. Okay, let me go find his ass real quick. Come on, get funky cool.
That one was Nightmare. That's a little bit of that one. And this one, let me see what this one is. This one is this part 10. This is the legacy of the open door. Feet Sparky D. I run, and I run, and I little faster, and I run, and disasters, and I run, Lord, from this time, and I run, in my mind, I run, and I run. All right, so that one's I run, and this one is so I just wanted to I got more to share with you guys, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of like tell you, and I'm gonna go into one, two, three, and four some of their songs that I had on Sheets projects. I'm gonna go into that at a later time, but just to let y'all know, you know, um, the Legacy of the Open Door Part 11, Sword of War, will be on all platforms weeks from now. I am preparation, everything together with DistroKid, and it's coming. It's coming. Now, moving to the next. Let's get back to the podcast. All right, so today we're talking about love. We got a lot of people got a lot of demons, a lot of spirits, a lot of things that goes on in their life. Like me, I have a lot of stuff. I'm like, I deal with a lot, and the only thing, the reason why I feel like I'm still standing is because of Jesus. Other than that, I wouldn't be standing here talking to y'all about nothing. Because if it weren't for Christ, I wouldn't even be here. So, like I be trying to tell people, just like you, people on the other side of the world, the camera, people looking at you, kind of like say, who is this dude? Who is this guy? Who is he? Well, you got to know where I come from. Number one, you got to know how I got here. Number two, you got to know what my lineage is, my family, my bloodline, because everybody has in their bloodline. They got a lot of couple of fools in our bloodline. You got a couple of people who just don't care about life, don't even care about themselves. Okay, so I have a couple songs on Part 11. It talks about love. Like the one I just did was called Sunshine. I'm about to reach my words over Sunshine. And it just talks about love. So the day podcast is just talk about love, okay? How you were made in God's image and you don't even love. Somebody tell me that. How you were made in God's image and you don't even love. You don't even say good morning. You don't even speak. You don't even comment. You don't even share people's music. You don't do anything. That's not love, and that ain't Christ. So I kept saying to myself, I said, well, God, you know what? I'm gonna keep praying to you, hoping that when my time comes financially, I'm not saying like finances that we get through our jobs or doing this and doing that and running here and running here. I'm talking about eternal finances that doesn't run out, where you don't have to think about it. You can just go help somebody. You can go help a city. You can go help some communities. You can go help somebody without even anybody knowing. That's love. I don't want nobody to say, "Oh, his persona." No, my chest is not out. See, number one, let me explain something to y'all. I'm a broken man first in front of God. I don't care where I am. I'm a broken man first because I can hear somebody saying they're going through something. I can see somebody going through something. I can recognize it. But my understanding of this life is, if you're gonna walk like Christ, you got to speak about it. Just do it. Just like Nike said, just do it. So how can you sit there and say that you about God's business when you don't even show love in the kingdom of God? I've walked through many chapters in my life, from Atlanta to Decatur to Zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I done every corner, every cut, every alley, every woods, every underground sewer. I done been through all this. I was one of those children that was wild in the land in the 80s. I didn't care who you were. Stone Mountain, back in the day. I've got fought with a lot of different situations. That's why I don't speak about a lot of things. That's why I'm writing my book. Been writing my book for 5 years now, and I'm trying my best because if I release it, well, see, you're gonna fault my hands so much, and I'm trying to be this person of God mindset. I'm not trying to be that person that I used to be. So why did you put the reason why the song you just heard called Nightmare? The reason why I did Nightmare because I got tired of people thinking I'm some kind of sucker. Give me 1 second. Then I got tired of people thinking that I was this this person that that didn't mean nothing to life, or this person ain't been through anything. Do you guys realize that I was raised in foster care? I wasn't raised in a regular home like everybody else. Do you realize in Detroit, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio, Atlanta, back in the 80s and the 70s was the worst times of this life? Um, Not saying the the Cold Wars and the other countries didn't go anything, because I didn't live in those times. I'm talking about the times that God allowed me to see through my eyes, and He allowed me to see these things: molestation, rape, kidnapping, murder. Been through it, been it all, done it, been there through it all. I done been through all these things. This is what I'm trying to tell people. When I tell you my life story, I'm really telling you my life story. I'm not just sitting on this camera saying, "Oh," and I'm shooting the jump. I'm seriously telling you to your face. If I see you in person, I'm gonna say the same thing when I see you. There ain't no flaw. There ain't nothing. It's just what it is. The existence is real. Pinch me, I'm real. I say it on my music all the time. Pinch me, I'm real. Ain't nothing. This is real. This is life. This is for real. As I'm walking, if I'm walking in the mall or walking or doing this and doing that, pinch me, bro. I'm real. Ain't nothing kind of copy about me. I'm real. I'm a real man. I'm seeing things that you guys haven't seen yet. That's why I don't do everything that everybody else do. Why are you different? You don't, because I don't. I want to be different. God made me different. I can't. I didn't choose that. Yeah, I used to get bullied or picked on in school and all this. A lot of people, a lot of men ego. I used to hear a lot of men talk about, "Oh, they wouldn't have done that to me." I say, "Well, you don't know your life because you didn't correct you. Jesus did. So how would you know something if you wake up one morning? You didn't know that day. Only he knew that day. He knew what you gonna say. He knew what you gonna run away from. He knew you was gonna face. He knew all these things, and everybody's sitting around, sitting here, messing with the children of God like they some kind of punks. And I keep telling people, I'm a stomping marcher person. I put on my black gloves and my whole armor of God, and I go to war on haters. I beat your ass in the flesh and in the spirit. God knows his children. That's why you trying to tell people I'm wild in the land. That's why you listen to my music because I'm that. I'm not what you think I am. You think I'm like everybody else. Oh, because he's brown skin or he's black, I got to be like everybody else. I don't have to be like everybody else because I don't think like everybody else. I don't do the gold chains. I don't wear had a hundreds of millions of dollars on me. I don't walk around like that. I walk around like my granddaddy, my papa. I walk around like a civilized family. Like if you like, I don't even exist to your world. I'm just that humble dude. But what I don't tolerate is the disrespect in the kingdom of God in our land and living. I don't tolerate that. I jump on that quick, like if I was lightning. Like if you were standing to me, I'll own you like grits, and it burns that fast, just like a bullet in the chamber. I'm that fast. I'm that quick because I keep telling you, y'all got to be careful what you say to people out here. It's not about your guns. It's not about your weapons. It's not about your crews, your cliques, your gangs. It's not about none of that. You have to be careful because when you leave this earth, you have to face the kingdom of God. What the what the hell have y'all thought about? Have y'all keep in this world keep thinking about that you got it all figured out when you don't have shit figured out? Psalms 139, he said, I know the plans I have for you. Idiots, dummy. I used to I tell this guy the other day, the dummy book. Somebody taught me this. The dummy book. Read the dummy book. The idiot book. Have you realized? They used to make us go to school when I was in third and fourth grade. Put on the dunce hat. You go in the middle of the corner when you're doing wrong, you being a class clown, put on the dunce hat. Go read the dummy book. See how many dummies that's incarcerated. Not saying the intentionally didn't know what to do, but see when they kept going down the same road and didn't care about life, didn't care about nobody else, didn't care about their fellow brother, didn't care about their sister, didn't care about their mama, their granddad, didn't care about nothing. Look at this life and see where you are. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if you ain't been through shit, you ain't gonna get shit. And I ain't talking about monetary things or the world. I'm talking about from the Jesus Christ who made you and me. You could put a stamp on that, and your money don't carry no weight because he's the biggest weight of them all. He looks high and he looks low. He reigns on the just and well as the unjust. That's why I call this album the Sword of War. Albert Lamont Sheets is ready to go to war in the spirit, not in the physical. I can go there. My partners know I can go there. We all went there. I have a partner. I have partners of G's. I don't have partners of soldiers. See, when I ran the street, I didn't go being a soldier. I was already that. I was already in it. It was not preparating in me. It was not. I walked right into it. It's like out my mind, everybody connected. It wasn't about nothing. It was about okay, boom, bam, we in it. So we music, gatherings, sitting around a campfire, singing songs, doing what the old people used to do in the juke joints back in the old Atlanta. People used to do over there in Detroit, back in old Chicago, and all these different places. I know people. I know people. This is what people have done for generations. This is what people have seen. My mom, when she was alive in 2016, her last years. That's what I try to tell people. I got a song that I'm about to do about my mom in the Sheets family, my bloodline family, on this album, I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not. I'm for real. I'm in the field for real. When I mean what I mean when I say I'm in the field for real, I'm out here in the. I'm just like it's like any man that has seen life for what it is. Believe him because he's been through things. That's why I don't say too much. And when it's my time to speak and say something, that's when I do it because I'm like, you don't know no better. You just like that talcum powder you put on a baby's ass and slap it. You still got that Similac on your life and you still don't get it. You got your visions messed up. Your intellect is all out of proportion. I had to learn disappointments. I have been told millions of times in my life. The door has been slammed in my face many times in my life. Many times I've been broke, 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 broke. Still is, but maintaining, but waiting for that moment. It's not saying that I can't do this or get this. It's not that. I'm still hoping in God to move some things out of my way so I can do what I need to do and get other people away from me. And I'm not saying like in the now, I'm talking about like your attachments are far away from that. Those attachments that was a far away from you, yeah, they can't get to you, they can't touch you. But what I mean is get them out of your lifetime, get them away and let them move on and let them fly and see what it feels like to be in long suffering and pain. Let them see what God can do in their life. Because I keep saying to people, I keep shaking my head, you ain't been through nothing. You ain't been through nothing. Yeah, God gives our shelter, our food, our clothes, our car, our money, our finances. Some people consider making $2,500 is a money and put it in the bank and pay your rent. Still make money, pay bills, do all this, and still do what you got to do. Still go up, cut a grass, go do that, and still go work a job. Still do real estate and still work a job. Look, man, you can make $15,000 a month. You can make this type of money while you're working, and still you won't call it money. It's something that God has given you. That means you can do it. That means, hey, I'm okay, but I'm not where I want to be, but I'm sure damn not where I used to be. Because now I understand the dollar. Because once I get it this time, and once I keep it this time, I know how to put it and set it in different places. I'm not just gonna be quick to spin, 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 spin. I had to learn my lessons too. So you don't sit around for forever in your life and just say, okay, I'm gonna do it my way. No, the hell, you cannot do it your way. Many times I fought God's hand, said, God, help me, please, please, please. He didn't help me. It's because he's trying to teach me something. God sometimes will show you yourself in the kingdom, in the land, in his existence to show you who you are. You got to damn well humble yourself. You got to damn well humble yourself before God before he reaches his hand and give you anything. Because some of y'all, you shook like shit because you know who you are. And I know who you are. I ain't got to be around you to know who you are. I walk in your land and your projects and your situation, and I don't have to say a damn word. You don't even have to know me. I promise you, you'll look over and like, who is bruh? Because I'm not with that. I'm not with what you with. I'm here to help. So when you see me, you're gonna look for help. Because sometimes people don't know what help is when they see it in front of them. Sometimes they're so confused because they're so used to things being the way it is. How can you sit there and keep going through the same stuff and looking at the things the way it is instead of understanding, discerning, and reading your word and understanding life and understanding people? If you don't understand people, how the hell you gonna understand God? Because God created us. So we got to understand the people that we around, even when we don't want to be around them. There's many people I don't even want to be around and come near me forever. Been 30 something years, I still don't want them around. You know why? I keep thinking to myself, but God is around me. When they come, love them, embrace them. But I have to because that's what Christ wants me to do. Because it lets me know that I'm growing in him and I ain't got to worry about this down the line. I ain't got to worry about these problems. So whatever the hell that I've been going through all these years, and God's still giving me certain things. He give you marriage, he give you children, he's still giving you children. So, wow. And he still gave me a second chance. I appreciate my Heavenly Father for doing that because he didn't have to do that either. So my thing is, you got to be appreciative of what you got. Yeah, it's hard because you say, Lord, I'm getting older. Come on, man. When is gonna happen? But I can't push his hand like that. Yeah, I may have an argument with him and like, man, F this. Flip a table, get upset, get mad at your family, get mad at your wife, get mad at get mad at people who did you wrong, and you just go to war and like, man, fuck then shit, it's gonna be like this, gonna be like this. It is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. Lord, what you want me to do? Most people that have, they can believe the God in me. My sister told me that one time, y'all. She said, "Man, I don't believe the God in you." And you know what I started to say to her? I said, "You ain't got to believe the God." Well, I did say something to her about it. I said, "But you ain't got to believe the God in me because you ain't been through nothing. You got to go through something to order to see what I'm talking about, and you got to learn from it. How is it that I came up with every legacy, um, uh, every legacy chapter of my music? How did I come up with that? Legacy, last name Sheets, legacy of the open door. Yeah, it was open because I got angry with this life, and I said, "Let me gather my army back up like I did almost nearly 40 years ago when I was young. Let me all my partners because they think we would. I keep telling people we used to play Cowboys and Indians. We with shit. So that's why I be trying to tell people, hey, let me go back and get my army. Maybe they'll stop doing the stupid shit they do if they see some people, because that's what most people afraid of, presence of other people they don't understand. You go to somebody else's country like Africa, Gambia, all these different countries, you don't understand these people, but you always have to understand who you are in Christ when you go to different places and people, places, and things. That's why I call them people, places, and things. That's why I be trying to tell people you stay humble before God because you don't know who you entertain. You could entertain an angel, you could entertain, you don't know what God is doing. That's why I be trying to tell. That's why I don't bully. I don't hurt people. Because when people did me wrong, I became friends with them and they understood that and they came back and apologized. That's what I'm trying to tell you because I didn't understand you, my brother. My fault, my bad. But that was years later after all that happened, like all the things that would happen. That's why I don't do that. But yeah, my partners, they the one cleaned up some stuff. But I'm like, hey, I said no, because I still got God in me, because I can't hurt you, because I know you're my brother and I couldn't hurt you. And I have to realize that just because I was different, that didn't give me the right to go back for them. That gave me the right to say, okay, my brother, I'm gonna make peace because Jesus said, make peace with all men. And if you make peace with all men, then everything else will fall in place. That means I can't fall. That's why when you hear some of my music, Mr. Sheets can't fall because God upholds us in our life in every walk, every decision that we make. He upholds our life. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Understand who you are and where you are in Him, and then you will be all right with everything else. Yes, I don't like different things I see out here. I hate it. I always tell Jesus I hate this world. Please hurry up because I hate this world. Because I say, don't make me put my arm and my gear back on. I used to wear night visions. People don't know that back in the streets when I was with when the red dogs used to come at us and the black cats and all this old crazy stuff. I used to wear night vision. We used to hunt. That's why my partner ATL bound the hunter. He was like, Albert, man, damn. He said, man, we can't do this shit no more because we used to get Halloween. This was the 80s. This was when shit was just going crazy. People getting kidnapped, different neighborhoods, Techwood, Perry Home, all that shit was going on. That's why I called it that. That's why I did a song called Children of the 80s back in the 80s, the children of the 80s. Because it was like Stone Mountain was part of that. Not just zone one, zone two, zone and all, because South Howard, Ellenwood, I stayed in different places. People don't know that. I stayed the Jackson Church right across the street from Harper High School. I went to Harper High School, the original Harper High School. When it looks like everybody talking about lean on me, that's the area I came from. Part of the area I came from. I was in Decatur. I was in Atlanta first, then I went to Decatur, then I went to Decatur, then I went to Stone Mountain. So I flipped everything, and that's why I be telling, man, I done been through so much. I've been around a lot of people. That's why I be like, I don't understand these people think I done got old or I done got slow, but I'm fast as lightning when it comes to my children. Because I always told my children, you'll never beat me in running. You'll never beat me in running, except my little 4-year-old, he can run. But what I'm saying, making an example, is that I've been through so much. I'm older now. I'm still with it. I'm still fit, but I don't do the things I used to do. I don't go and do the stuff I used to do because it ain't Christ like. He don't want me to do that. He said, I give you all your things. Let me tell you what Jesus told me 3 years ago when we was in my apartment a while before I moved over to another direction. He said, I'm El Shaddai. I am more than enough. I'm your. That's what he told me on the couch when I was crying, when I was angry with God, when I was angry with people because he knew. See, let me tell y'all people something. God knows our breaking point. That's why I be warning people. It's not being mental or depression or anything. You got to know your life. God knows your life. He knows when you're gonna break. I have been had moments where I was gonna break several times, but he wouldn't let me do it because it like somebody would show up or somebody I would get a girlfriend or this would happen or that would happen, and I'm like, damn, you won't let me hurt him? You won't let me kill him? Why I can't do that? It's easy. I'm right behind them. They don't even know it. There's many times I walk people behind them, people, and they don't even know that I was there. And I had people set on different places. They don't even know what was going on. That's why I be trying to tell people, you don't know who you talking to out here in the land of the living, because you have to be careful with your mouth gate. If your intention is to help somebody, then help them. If you're not going to help them, move out the way. Allow somebody else to help them. Because you didn't come from where I come from. We didn't do the things I see people out here do then. We was different. We was way different. We was way different in Atlanta. It was a different area. My uncles and them went to Fulton. We went to a lot of different schools when it was back in the 80s and the 90s. Like it was different, way different. So, and then the bloodline was different. So the 70s was different. I was born in the 70s. That's why I try to tell people it's a different breed. We had gorilla pimps on Auburn Avenue. We had some real people. They wouldn't that shit y'all that ain't no. I'm talking about some real people. They blink. You look at what Brim has. Them boys didn't blink. It ain't about them boys didn't blink at all. There was no bluff in them. There was no scaredness. There was none of that shit. That was nothing you could do. And when you walk past people, their presence was so strong, you went the other way. Because I'm trying to tell you, I grew up in Atlanta for real. The old Atlanta is where I'm from. That's why I try to tell people. I keep telling you, it was a different time. If you went in those sections at that time, you would know. There's a lot of things that were hidden that people don't even know. I'm like, damn, that's how they do it back in the day. That's how they did it. I used to run through sewers. When I used to run from the police, I used to run through sewers. And we used to take the thing. We were like that. Some shit y'all don't get. Y'all not doing that shit out here like that. We was like that. Climb trees, hiding from the police. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Our mindset was way different. We was. That's why I tell you in my music. That's why I said warrior. I'm a warrior. I know how to throw axe. You know them axes? I know how to throw all this stuff. I was taught a lot when I was down in Millersville, Alto, when I was locked up, when I was young. I went through a. That's why I say, man, you got to be where I have been. You got to see it like a movie. That's why I'm so praying and hoping for Tyler Perry to get back with me, man, because I really need to tell my story. People don't get it. I'm from the old Atlanta for real. I got some stories, some horrific, some shit, and I'm not gonna tell the stuff that things that criminate people. I'm talking about the stories that I went through, that I had was facing, the things that I saw, and the things that put me in a situation that I had to come and fight back out, or I had to get through some situations, and I had to believe that God was gonna get me out of. See, people don't get. You got to go when you get in trouble. You got to hope for God. Say, God, get me out of this. Shoot, I was in the back of the car. Me and my partner W. I ain't gonna say his name. That's a real partner. And we was back in the car. We was headed to Rome, Georgia. I was 16, and I'm like, he said, "Y'all boys kind of scared." He said, "Y'all scary, ain't you?" I said, "No." He said, "You with the low haircut." That was me at that time. Had a real low haircut. He said, "What's going on with your partner, W?" Can't call his whole name. He said, "Oh well, he chilling." He said he's scared his booty shit. I said, what? He's scared his booty shit. He said, oh, you the one that he was talking about. I was like, what you talking about? He said, you the one that started that. You the one that started that government building in Stone Mountain. I said, well, we were having fun. We got to, and I'm like, I really was trying to tell him, like, looking at, hey, man, chill out, man. We ain't talking about nothing. No, what you got cameras up, and my mind is always thinking like, man, Brian, with this, man, what's up, man? What you want? So it's like I'm trying to get to the place so we can do our time. So them 6 months have gone by. So, but he was really nice after a while. He took us to Burger King. We ate, and he said, Albert, he said, what I want you to do in your life, my brother. He said, I want you to get yourself straight. He said, I know you tried. I looked at your juvenile. I said, I see the pistol charge. I see this. I see that. He said, but get your record expunged, and you ain't got to worry about this no more. So the judge threw it out. But the dude who told on me, then that third time, fourth time, somebody done told on me, and I just left that shit alone. So my partners, he said, man, look, he said, when I got out, he said, man, I thank you for not even saying. I said, bro, that ain't even my pedigree. I ain't got time for none of that. That ain't even my pedigree, Jack. I said, I do the time and keep it moving. He said, yeah, I knew it was that little time. I said, yeah, I got to keep it moving, man. I got time for it because I had other things going on, not just doing that little time. I had other things beyond that when I got out. So I had to think about all of that. I said, man, let me go on about my business this time, man. So I confronted the dude, and I told him, man, don't ever do that again. I said because it was God, the heart of God to, for me and my partner in say, hey, no, he good. I said, but see, he didn't know no better. That's the thing. When nobody don't know no better, you just okay, bro. He didn't know no better. Let him go, and I let him go. But it's better. It's better for me to let him go than somebody else to let him go because they want to let him go like that. Because my thing is, that's why I say I have the God in me. That's reason why I'm still here praying. Because if it was somebody else, they wouldn't have let him go that fast. They would have killed him. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to warn him about. Stop playing, man. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. Stop. Because you're trying to say, what are you really trying to teach? You're trying to teach them something to say, stop playing so much. That's not. You got real people out here that do stuff that you can't even fathom. They don't even blink twice. That's what I try to tell people. Stop playing. It's not a game. You got real life people out here that do stuff like that. They real. They ain't fake. And I'm talking about the people I grew up with, people my mama and them was around, and when I was in foster care, I had a lot of grandmamas from West End to Harry Home to different. Bro, I got a song called Miss Paulette. I'm gonna put it back on my Facebook. It's about West End. It's about Miss Paulette. She was a candle lady. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You don't know who I am. I'm Mr. Sheets for real. And it's not that I'm being or trying to be something and I'm not. It's that I've been through so much and I haven't got a chance to tell my story in the last 4 years. So I've been doing music, coming back doing music the last 4 years because I thought I didn't have it anymore. I thought I was just done. Because when you got family, married, and get all this, you be like, man, I'm done with that. But my thing is that no, I said, wait a minute, God, let me get this engine back up because they think I'm playing. So let me go ahead and show them what I'm made of when it comes that I'm still relevant in my walk and my stature. Hey, I grew up in the church. How did you? I grew up in the church. I never changed that. That's my story, and I'm gonna stick to it. I grew up in the church, the building. We are the church. But I'm speaking of the building because what God shown me. My first church was back in 83, 84. It's West End. Her name was C. I ain't gonna tell you who she was. She was I want to call her my foster auntie. That's what they call it when you in foster care. She's my, and she was doing some, taking me and my brother, Sean. I can say his name because that's my bloodline. And we was in church one day and the lady was speaking in tongues. And when she was speaking in tongues, at first I laughed because I thought it was funny. But then as I got older, 30 something plus years later, after she had died, and foster family told me she had died, I kind of like threw my head and I said, see, that's why I say I remember the people who helped me in my life. I remember who people who showed me stuff. And people out here now taking it for granted like it's nothing. I would have never done somebody like that. Never done somebody like that. Because that was never in me. I never do anybody like that. It's about me. I would have never done nobody like that. Just I'm just because I got people around me or I'm just who I am. I couldn't just walk up to you and do something to you. Period. Because that's not my character. That's not how God made me. I'm gonna be your friend, be your homie, and be who God made me to be to you. You get out of line, that's on you. That ain't on me. That's why I tell people, whatever you do, that's on you. That on me. I get in trouble if I get out of line with him. Because if I get out of line, he'll make me remember that. And he'll say, okay, you know your character. I'm going to show you you. This is what God is showing me throughout my life. I'm going to show you you. Whatever your anger is, whatever your upset is, you mad at this person, I'm going to show you you. That's what I be trying to tell people and warn people. God going to show you you. That's why he's cleaning me up because I know what I can do to a person, to a human being, to humanity. I know how much power we carry as the children of God. I know how much power I can do in the physical. I don't want to be that person. I keep telling you, I don't want to be that person. Because I used to be a lot of people, have different personalities, put on different hats, being different characters, going to this realm, going to that realm. Yeah, I've tried, and God knows, forgive me, I've tried that circle with the lights and I tried that part of that life. That's not for me. I did the week. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I was in Albany, Georgia. I went to Job Corps, and my partners was hanging around me. We had the little Parker game, the Ouija board. And one day, I had a girlfriend named Saint. She said, "What y'all doing with that?" I said, "Oh shit." And one day I hesitated, and I looked at him. I said, "Man, ever throw this?" And I threw and I never picked it back up since. Never picked it back up since. That's why I be trying to tell people. I can't tell you it's enough. You got your street people who gonna street. Then you got your people who do wicked demonic stuff out here that will bust your ass without doing the guns or anything and have you looking crazy. That's why I try to tell people wickedness is wickedness. It comes from all places. If it's evil, demonic, it is not. Yes, it's wicked. It's period. It's cut clean dry. God already showed you in the Bible. I'm the word, the light, the truth. How is it that we out here doing all these things, experiencing these things? They find out that we what? Come back to him because he created us. He said, I know the plans I have for you. That's why I be trying to tell people. You don't know somebody unless you sit down with them at the round table and talk and have a drink and have a meal. That's how I solve issues. I sit them at the round table. People don't know what round table is. Think about what I'm saying. I'm a little bit more intellectual than that. The round table is peace table. This is the peace table. This is when we talk about life. We talk about things, talk about hangups. This is what God is talking about us. We supposed to become friends with our brothers and our sisters. We don't supposed to sit here and wage war against our brothers and our sisters. That's not Christ-like, and that's never will be Christ-like. I don't care what I'm going through in life. I still got to give him the honor and glory because he's my God. He's your God. He's your truth. He's your life. He's your beginning. He's your end. I'm not just speaking these words. I've been through this stuff. That's why I'm trying to tell you. That's why I don't walk with ego and imagery and name tags sitting up here like I gained the company or I'm part of this. I'm not doing that. I'm the body land of low. When I tell Jesus I'm the body land of low, that means I come back from the dirt, but I come and I go back to him. I'm the body land of low. I ain't shit. That's why I be telling people, why you put yourself down? No, I don't want to be up there. Because if I be up there, I tell God, I don't want to go to hell because I don't want to have riches in my soul because I decided I want it all. Yeah, I want God to give me some money. Yeah, I want God to keep me afloat. Yeah, I want my Jesus Christ to make sure my bank accounts is okay as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and helping the minister to others. But I'm not here for that world. I'm not here in that world. I don't want to be a part of that world because I already hate it because I know what it did to me and my brother. You ever been tied up with stitching cords, my children? You ever been beaten while blood spread out of your back and your arms and your legs. So when I tell the enemy and all these people who act like they've been through something, I say really, literally, fuck you. And I meant what I said. When I see you, it's on sight because I keep telling people if you ain't been through shit, don't come to me talking to me about nothing. Sit back and watch and look at the movie, look at the story, and then you will understand a man's his everything. Because I didn't do this, and I keep saying to God, why you allow certain things? I used to fight God about this. Why you allow something to be in the hotels coming from work? I used to get mad at myself, saying, why do you let me go through that? But He still carried me. Even if I think about it today, He carried me through them dark times. That's why I say the darkness. I was in darkness, but God was in light, but He still carried me through the darkness. That's why I be trying to tell people, don't get it twisted. Deception is a mob. You can't be this person if you this person, but you don't know what the person had to fight through to get to these steps. That's why I don't judge man. That's why my name is Albert Lamont Sheats, and I don't judge man for what they do because they got to walk the same bear of life to get to Christ. Because no man, and I mean no man, is above God's law because His law is law. You have to go through it so He can bring you to it. Don't give a damn what it is. Bet it on it and put it up because God is and God lives. That was my first single 4 years ago. I was angry at my bishop. I was angry because I kept saying, man, I gave him my track. I really wanted him to hear it. And I said that there was no cussing. There was no anger. There was no nothing. That was just God is, God lives. It was telling my story, what I've been through. And I'm like, dang. I thought I was coming back, and then I did the dedication to you part one. It's on DistroKid, y'all. And I did it and go pick it up. It's on DistroKid. I'm getting all that back together. But I said I wouldn't. None of my songs was violent. None of my songs was. And I'm like, then I got angry. Then I said 2022. I said, oh fuck no. Sheets Legacy at open doors. Time to go to war now. Open that door, Sparky D. Let's go to war now. So I said, oh shit. Here come that old Albert. I got phone calls, bro. You okay? So that's what made me like go into the music part of it. Because when I went to the music part of it, instead of going to the other side of it, they said, okay, I'm gonna do it on wax. I'm gonna do it through my music. If I can't hurt you, if I can't come and get you, then I'm gonna do it through my music to let you know who I am. I'm gonna get you through my music. So I'm gonna make you listen. Let it strike a heart, let it strike a nerve in your spirit to say, that brother went through something. But nobody can say that to my family. Some of my family members know what I went through. They ain't gonna say nothing because they already know. We done been through it. So I can't just say, well, oh, I'm just gonna disqualify them and put them to the side because they went through something too. So my whole thing is judging man. You cannot judge a man because he has the same cross he got to bear. That's why I don't judge man. Because whatever he do, yeah, I know he's wicked, God, but I don't judge him. I say, God gonna do something with him. Either I'm gonna speak and say, that's wrong what you're doing, my brother, or God's gonna deal with him. Because I look at him like, okay, I know what he's feeling. I was a rebel in school. I was just that rebel. I was just that person that didn't. I went to school, did my work, but at the times I just didn't want to be there. I had so much shit. I was carrying grown man shit at 13 and 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. I was carrying my brother in my spirit. I was carrying my family on my back. I want to hurt and kill a lot of people for what they done. But I couldn't do it. For some reason, God kept directing. It's like when you be in traffic, He kept directing. Something would happen. Something will pinch you on your ear, or something will do this, or something will happen. That's why I be trying to tell people, you got to know who God is before you sit around here and judge. Like you got the gavel in your hand. What you loose on earth, what you loose in heaven. This is why I cannot have vengeance in my heart for a person. I cannot have a vengeance in my heart for a person. I will not bow down because if I do, then it's up. It's against me. I have to answer that in front of the Father. It's hard, but I have to do it. It's one of the hardest things in the world to do. I don't want that gavel going down on me and he judging me and saying, I never knew you. Why would you want God to do that? You fools of men. Why would you let God? Why? Because you want to? You want to see hell? Fool. He made you. If he makes you open your eyes and see hell, you inhale your flesh and all that. Why would you want to go there? Yeah, I had attacks in my dreams. I had a lot of dreams recently in the last couple of years, a lot of stuff. But I'm saying I don't want to. I don't want that. The enemy's trying to let me know that God is not there. That's why he's doing what he's doing towards me. He's been attacking me all my life, and I know it, and God knows it. That's the reason why I tell people you got to continue to pray, you got to continue to press, and you got to continue to keep praising him and giving his glory because that's who he is. Yeah, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I ain't been giving God praise every day and all this other stuff. Yeah, I read my chapters. I read my Psalm 23 and Psalms 91 because I go on through some, my son, I go through things. I don't sit around and just, oh, I'm just gonna always read. No, I be going through things because I be saying, you got to get me out of this. Some things I just don't want to do, but he pushes me to do it. And I hate it. I'm telling you, I hate it. And it is like, amen, Lord, Jesus, a couple of years I'll be 50, Lord. What you want me to do? So it's like, do I really want? But I do. I hate some people hate what they go through, but he still show you yourself, even if he carry you to try to get to you the way he wants you to be. It's one of the hardest things in life. That's the reason why I made Sheets part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 was supposed to be the final chapter. That nightmare song you just listened to, that was the fight. That was like, I'm tired of people lying and prying, picking on my family like their heart come from Zion. Picking on my family like their heart come from Zion. If your heart came from Zion, which he created you, why would you pick on other people's family? Because when I talk about these songs, I talk about myself first, and then I talk about everybody else who against. So that's what I mean. It's like when I got angry, I started doing the old Albert Sheets in some of my sheets because some of my sheets music. So I be like, don't want to make me angry because I can go to another level in my verses. I can go to the highest of highest. I used to be in battle rap when I was in junior high school. I can get there. I can do some fast and slow and versatile and accrements in different rhymes and intellect and music. So I can go there. That's why I don't do that. But for this album's sake, I'm going there because I want people to understand that I got a lot built up in my soul, because I'm saying I'm letting it out. Because God lives next album. I won't be doing a lot of this anymore, like a lot of the stuff that you probably been hearing the last couple. I won't be. I'll be doing nothing but like a real contemporary music, God's music, getting back to my thoughts, getting back into the word where I really need to be. Because I have to get all this out. It has to be an end to something. So I have to end it. Albert has to end it. Just like David, he said, beat your flesh. I have to end it. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to do it. I am my therapy. I'm the counselor. I have to beat it like David. That's why I'm doing this last album. Because I have to beat it. I have to do it. And still talk to a counselor at the same time, but I still got to do it. That's why the last part of my last album for the God is God Lives is going to tell a lot about all the chapters that I'm doing, that I in everything moving forward. The God is God Lives album came from God is God Lives when I first did a single 4 years ago. But it's going to be a new everything. Reason why I chose that title, God is God Lives, um, because that's who He is. I'm saying God is, God lives, because I remember that little boy in 1982 and 1983 when he looked and he saw the time in life and saw the hurricane, the way that things were back in the 80s, and how God quieted his children when the rain would hit the window, and he would look and look. And I walked through the darkness of foster care in this house with me and my brother, and I walked and walked with no fear, had chills on my body, and I walked and I was brave. I was ready to kill then when I was young in the house by myself. We didn't even know what the enemy was knocking at the door. The lady left us in the house, me and Sean, and I was ready to kill because my mind was already in killer mode. It was not what you think. That's why I be trying to tell people God still protecting me. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I was in darkness because that's why I always say darkness, but it came to light because he allowed me to know who I am in him when I didn't even know that I was in it. Y'all got to understand that when I was in it, didn't even know I was in it, but it was there. You used to stay up all night listening, looking at night tracks. You remember that on Channel 17 night tracks? My brother was on my lap and I'm rocking to sleep. See, I'm a child that stayed up 24/7 watching. You see the children of God when they really watching the world, watching where they live, watching how they look, watching. I was that child when my brother sitting here foster care. I had another baby. I was a child caring for children, wiping their nose, cleaning up their throw up. Don't tell me you know who I am. That's why I tell people be careful. Knock knock. I was a caring for things that I need before I even had children. This was in the 80s, early 80s. I was a child. I'm trying to tell people. I was already there. That's why I laugh at people. You ain't been through nothing. You ain't seen what I seen. You have to live your life and tell your story, see what you seen, and then come back and tell it in a circle of people who's went through some stuff, and we tell it all. Because we're the children of God, regardless of what's going on in our life, we're still the children of God. We still need to tell our story. Nobody can take anything from you. You have to fight and snatch that bitch and bring it back. Forgive me of my words, Jesus, but he know what I'm talking about from the core of my soul because he is the one who made me, not life. That's what I mean. You got to snatch it back and tell the devil he can't have it. You got to go to war against the ones who trying to go to war against you. In the spirit, you got to let them know that you will not take anything from my bloodline or we going to come. We're going to pray you away. That's why my family don't spend a lot of time around me in my own household because they know how I think. I'm not with the bull. I'm not with it. Either you're gonna do God's business, we're gonna get it together as a legacy, or we're not gonna do it at all. Or I'm gonna do it on my own and nobody gets nothing. It's gonna be my children, my wife. It's gonna be those I know in my heart that have can get it. Because I'm not gonna let you waste it. I'm not gonna let my father, my earthly father that was here, that my mom told me about before she left. I love him. I don't even know him. Albert Goodman, that was my father. My mom tell it. I ain't finna do that. The legacy gonna have to keep going and growing and growing because ain't nobody taking nothing. Because you can't let nobody take it. Because it was not for them to take. It was for you to go through the wars in life so you can help somebody else. That's all this walk is about. So you can help somebody else. Check your war wounds, not the physical all the time. It's right in the spirit. It's what comes out of you. It's what you speak out of your mouth, your tongue, your voice, all your soul, everything. God, I don't want to hurt that brother or sister. I want that sister and brother to know who I am in you. I'm tired of fighting these devils and these demons. They better shut up before the children of God really go to war. Because when we really go to war and everybody get on one accord in the land of living, ain't nothing the devil can do. It's just easy for Jesus to come back. He's gonna come back regardless, but he's waiting on us to all to to make it and do what we need to do. This is Mr. Sheets Podcast. Thank y'all for listening. Sheets Lakers at the open doors coming. 2025. The first song called Sword of War. I'm going in. Everything. It's I'm see the flow, my all my stuff coming back from the 80s and it's all my flow, everything is coming back because it's letting me know I'm about to go in. Because I said I could feel it. I could feel that when I start flowing, everything start coming like a machine gun. And I know the vocabulary, the acronyms, and all it just start coming back. Oh yeah. I'm a little weird on the other side. I'm like, oh yeah, he's coming back. Well, okay, he's because you think that I'm this person. You think I'm a busy bone or crazy bone. Or, no, I keep telling people they were them in Cleveland. I'm Albert in Atlanta. A lot of people say I sound like them and people from Atlanta. I'm like, I got both worlds. They're the only two cities I represent, Cleveland and Atlanta. Because I love Bone Thugs and I love Atlanta old artists and I love Tip. I love Ti. I love because he brought it back. Because I got two styles. That's why I can go move it slow and go back to the Atlanta, and I can come back to and I can go to my way of doing it, my own way of rhyming and flowing. Because I got the Albert Sheets way too, not just them over there or them over there. I got my. That's why when you hear Sheets Lakers, you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear me. I get them, but now you're gonna hear me because I love them. I love them. I love everybody from Atlanta. I love Sammy Sam, Kilo, them the people, Edward J, Sharon Showcase, all these different places I've been through my life, shook hand with a lot of people. That wave, I love them. But like I say, people, like I say, have moved on and lived their lives and got their lives together. A lot of people got cleaned up from drugs. And I'm happy they have done that because it helps a lot of other people. You just got to keep going. That's all it is. Just keep increasing, keep going. But this album is gonna be fire, and I can't wait because I've really took my time, really putting it together. And as I was talking to y'all on the other podcasts and the other streams I did, the album was already done. Part of it. It's kind of like I was getting other things together, beats and all that stuff, but I was kind of like making it seem like, okay, should I really tell them? Because it was already cleaned up. I'm just waiting for other things on top of that to happen. So yeah, man, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Because sometimes I don't want to tell everybody something because then they be like, oh, be waiting like, man, when is gonna come out? Facebook waiting on me to bring. I know they are, but I'm not giving Facebook this album. You know who I'm gonna get this album to? YouTube. YouTube got no views for Sheets anymore. So I'm gonna give it to YouTube and I'm gonna press this album hard. And I'm gonna make sure YouTube page, my channel, get the views and people start to share. And I'm gonna put the things together that I need so people can come and can do what they need to do. So that's what I'm working on. Because people need to know what it is to go through pain. A lot of people don't know what pain is. Your pain is your walk with life. Yes. But what is pain? What is pain? Jesus' children out here in pain. That's pain because he's already paid the cost. But we still go through pain because we have to go through the walk of life. We have to go through it to get to the next level. It don't stop. It just have to keep going. And then it's how you look at it. That's another thing. How you look at it. Like being broke, I look at it differently. God has carried me and my family for the last couple of years without me even lifting a hand. See what I'm talking about? Are you getting it yet? And my son, my 4 year old. I got other grown children, but what I'm saying, see what I'm saying? God paid, take care of my some of my stuff because He's God. Because God know what I want to do with these hands. He know what I want to do with this mind. I have desires too, but I still gotta wait on Him, even though it hurts. I can tell y'all all day what I can tell y'all all day in front of this camera, but He still got the last say. So I'm trying. I'm not the best at a lot of things, but I'm the best at what He gives me, and I ain't perfect. So my thing is, I'm not going to sit here front line say, "Oh, I'm this and that." No, why the hell I'm not. So it's like, hey, I'm doing what I know to do, and I have a song called Braveheart. It's in my Google file. I know somebody who's through my subscribers heard that song Braveheart. Body Rock. That was me. That was Albert releasing, make it, cause I have a brave heart. That's who my legacy. I have a brave heart, and I'm not a scary dude. So I have a brave heart. When people say things, do things, I don't even understand what that means. I look over them. It's like when somebody's standing in front of you with foolishness, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I look over you. I look at the other way and like walk past you, go around you, and say, "Have a good day," and keep it moving because you don't know what I know. That's why I walk past fools, people who say they this and that. I just walk past and I say, "Have a good day. Hey man, you want some lunch? Here you go. Take care." Because I know what I know. I don't have to sit here and speak or say or get angry or be vengeance or anything. I speak you with kindness, like Jesus say, because you don't know no better. That's how I deal with people. Because you don't know no better, and if you don't know no better, I look over you. Not like you ain't shit. I look over you because I know what God is telling me in my wisdom. They got to learn. Not that I don't can make eye contact with you, but you have to. You have to. Gotta do it the right way. I'm fighting with that thing now. That thing is hard, but gotta do it the right way. I wash my hands to foolishness. I may curse, and I said to God, I'm like, God, why am I cursing? I used to, and I remember Brother Steve told me this in Break the Chains Ministry when I was 14 and a half, 15, in front of Michael Wigg, rest his soul, and he said, Albert, don't curse in your raps. I have a habit of cursing. I hated cursing. He say something else, and I state a lot of music now. A lot of my songs don't have a lot of cursing in it, but the ones that I get angry about, the ones I want to send a message to people for them to listen, I get a little. But then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? He's right. He's right. It's not that you don't have nothing else to say. It's just that mode that you be in. And now I understand what Brother Steve talking about. And I love him all the way. If he's here, if he's not, I still love him. I love God's teachers throughout my life. That's why I'll never forget them. That's why if you hear me in any of my music, like the dedication of you, the battle, see, you don't make me speak. The Battle Ram albums is coming. I did that one Battle Ram album. That Battle Ram album is coming, and then Dedication of You Part Six is coming too. Wait, Part 5 is coming, not six. 5 is coming. And those are my contemporary like life projects. Those are my contemporary albums where it's like they're more in the middle. But my dedication to you albums have gotten like Sheets too. Like a lot of my Sheets albums got a little bit more harmony, rap, and stuff like that. But dedication to you albums supposed to be softer. But for some reason, then I got harder. But I want to, like I say, I want to work on some of my music. And just to let y'all know, the Sheets Legacy of the Open Door Part 11 will go to 20. That's just that particular chapter will sum up everything, but everything else after that will just be continued journey. I don't want to give up the chapters because I feel like this is going to be in my book. A lot of these things going to be in my book as finished the right story. And when I'm completed with my book, then I let everybody know. But I think once I get some other things together financially, far as because a lot of times it's hard to get certain monies when you're trying to do it by yourself. Not saying that my partners ain't gonna, because they do what they do, but my thing is that I'm the leader of all of this. So I have a hard time trying to get partnership or sponsors or stuff like that. So if anybody knows sponsors, please just, text me in the chat or whatever, and let me know if you know any sponsors. Because I'm trying to get money for other things dealing with the music, not just for distro kids and distributing that. I'm talking about other things. Like I'm trying to get my own label. I have Sheets Music, but I need a label like a really big thing. So that's what I'm trying to do on that level too. So um, and just learn, and just get back into that. But anyway, like I said, it's coming. The album's coming, but I want y'all to understand this: love conquers all. Don't forget, love conquers all. God is, God lives. Album is coming right after Sheets, because Sheets 11 is going to be the reason why I'm putting it on DistroKid and not on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and letting people hear it for free. Nope. Because then all the levels, all the chapters wouldn't be for nothing. Because now I don't got to the point where I'm comfortable enough now to go like I did Dedication to You Part One. I did that on DistroKid. Nobody really bought my album. They listened to it because they don't know who I am as an artist. So it's and I said respect and honor. Now I understood what I went wrong with that album, even though that album was good. I understand what I went wrong with it. Now that I made my mistake, now I can do Sheets Part 11 and blow DistroKid off the map. So that's why I had to go through my mistakes to order to know what I have to do next. Why did they let me make that mistake? I'm glad they made me make that mistake. I'm glad they let me understand my failure. Now you make me smile and make me just go back and just go like smooth sailing. Like that mistake never happened. The only thing it was just preparing for me. That's why I say it's time to get it done. So this album will be great. I feel it. So like I say, it's gonna have a lot of people. Woo, it's gonna have a lot of people on there. Um, Baby T, um, um, Sindel, Sparky, Big Ham, Big Diesel, Lil Kinko, Mishi, Lil Kimmo. I have a lot of people in the Get Funk crew. Because the original Get Funk crew just me, Sparky, Sin, Diesel, Ham, and Baby T. That was but we got a lot of people. See, because a lot of people have grown up. Some of the nieces and everybody just don't grow. So it's a lot of, I want to be, I want to be a part of, but a lot of people can sing, a lot of people can rhyme, a lot of people can rap. So that's why it was so hard for me, prepared for me to go and get this Sheets Legacy music label, because I really want to do the label part, because so that way it can be a legacy label, because everybody know how to sing and do all that good stuff. Technically I was gonna leave music alone, but for some reason I just said, you know what, let me go and get back to it. And then the Get Funky crew. You think I can do these certain things? Them by themselves individually will kill a lot of people in lyrical contact. Like their minds is not what you hear out there. Like you can hear these, most rappers do this, most Christian rappers do this, or most worldly rappers do this, or most people do this. They they go from places that I ain't never heard nobody say stuff. I used to hear Spark used to say she used to go through some places like, you ever seen the ocean hang from, hang from a sky, ocean, hang from a river. She go through some stuff, and that's a lot of my lyrics. A lot of my lyrics. She got some of my stuff when I was young. She got some. I got some of her stuff. But my thing is, she goes from some places. She can not rap a lot of people that's in the group. But like, even though she's the general of the group, but she be getting down, and she don't play. She don't play when it come down to rhyming. You got a lot of Sparky D. The other Sparky D is the that's the rapper, her, the one that knows Michelle A and Roxanne, all that from the 80s. That Sparky D is the original Sparky D. This Sparky D is not, her name don't spell like her name. This Sparky D is the Get Funky Crew Sparky D. This ain't got nothing to do with the Miami. They Get Funk, they crew. No, it's something we did within our spectrum at that time, and we didn't even know it was another crew like that. But it spells different. Her name is different, and Baby T is just Baby T. Baby T. Now, Baby T. I'm thinking about she's AKA T-Boz. A lot of time her voice is raspy, so if you hear it, is they call her Baby T, known as AKA T-Boz, like little T-Boz, but she's not that. She don't even claim herself. A lot of people just say this shit. That's who she. I'm like, no, don't put her, don't put her out there like that, because she said she hate that. She hate when people claim her to be somebody and she's not. She's different. That's why you had a lot of people different in 3 6 Mafia or Bone Thugs or Wu Tang or Jagged Edge or different groups that was singing, rapping, harmonized. You got different people that do different things, and they don't want to be a part of something that's always been. They be a part because they're different. That's why when I did Mr. Sheets Part One, like damn, that's funky. He got some groove to what he's doing. So it's like it's different. So you always want to come different with different styles. So, but anyway, I'm hanging up. Sheets Podcast. Love always. Love in Him who made you, which is Jesus Christ, and love others, and be friends with those who God send you into in your life, not the ones that you pick. Can't keep picking your friends. Can't pick your friends. Let God pick them and keep it moving. Cheese Podcast. I'm out. Love.